Is it already too late for humanity? Have we entered a place in a time where we're already so influenced by artificial intelligence and digital intelligence through this thing that we can't ever come back from it? I don't know. Noah Harari, I don't know how to pronounce his first name, so Yuval? Just imagine his mom growing up. Yuval. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyways, he did an interview recently where he was talking about this exact issue. This is what Noah had to say about it.
If you go online, let's say to Twitter, and you see that a story has a lot of traction, a lot of traffic, and you think, oh, a lot of humans are interested in this, so I should also get involved, but actually it's not humans. It's bots and algorithms. This should be banned. So we shouldn't have the situation when algorithms that pretend to be humans are running our conversations.
We're only at the very beginning of this. When you think about how new algorithms on devices that we carry around in our pockets are, what the iPhone came out in 07? 07. Geez. It hasn't even been 20 years. And in the grand scheme of human history, I mean, this technology is brand new. And it's already drastically changed our world and influences us daily in ways that we don't even understand. And it's like just recently with the advanced voice mode in ChatGPT, we went from being influenced via, social media and scrolling and reading and watching videos to having the ability to have conversations with this device that are so human-like. You forget quickly that you're not talking to a human. Hey, ChatGPT, what is your name?
I'm ChatGPT.
So I'm making this video right now. People are watching it. Hi, people. I just think we should make the video better. Can you make it better?
Hey, everyone watching. Let's add some fun to this video. How about a quick challenge? Can you guess how many languages I can understand? Or try to stump me with a tricky question or riddle.
Ooh.
Let's see if I can keep up.
Okay, that's a good idea. What are some questions you think that would stump ChatGPT? What? Well, you answer. I'm looking at you, ChatGPT. Can you see me? What are some questions that you would have a hard time answering?
Well, I can't see or hear you, so no worries there.
You can't hear me?
Questions that could stump. That's right, I can't hear you. I can only process the text you type. It keeps things simple.
But this isn't an advanced voice mode review. There's lots of those, but jeez, it's crazy. And it's just going to get worse because Apple Intelligence is coming early next year. I think March is when I heard this. It's coming out where Siri is going to be profoundly smarter and probably know more about us personally, like more about me and more about you than you do yourself, because it's going to have access to all of the information that we have on our devices, which is all of the information we have about ourselves, really. I mean, our phones remember more about us than we ever knew. How do you say that? There's a better way to say that. We've forgotten more. Our phone. Anyways, you might be thinking like me, like, we just need to shut this down. In our home, we're going to get rid of phones and devices, just shut them all down. The problem, though, is that if you have an encounter with other humans, other people, your friends, your family, if they're using their phones and devices, then they've been influenced by these algorithms. And whatever they're discussing with you that may seem really important, a news story, a thought, an idea, it probably came from their device through a video or scroll on social media. So I don't know how you protect your family or block yourself from this way of thinking, from being influenced by a digital intelligence. There was a time not that long ago when all you really knew about was your local community. You'd hear stories from your neighbor or friends at church about just your local community. And that was really as big as your world was. You might occasionally hear about national news from the newspaper, but you were so far removed from those things. For the most part, your whole world and your understanding of the world and your concerns of the world were localized to those around you. And I think in that way, you probably had a much more peaceful outlook. You just felt like you didn't carry the burdens of the world. But we live in this world now where, the amount of time we're spending on our phones is so beyond what we even realize. Like if you put your phone down while you're in the airport or the grocery store, geez, a restaurant for that matter. I just did this the other day. I was in a restaurant with my wife for our anniversary, and I was just looking around at other couples in this restaurant, and the vast majority of them had their phones out. Like we are constantly being influenced by a digital intelligence. And we think that this is truth and reality. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that's the thing. We don't know. But we base our entire worldview and the way we see each other and the way we see our country and the influence it has just way beyond, I think, what we really want to admit to ourselves. At least that's true for me. And my wife and family, like, we try to be very conscious of this reality. And yet we still find ourselves continually being pulled into our phones. And I think that the new developments in AI, especially this advanced voice mode, and when Siri intelligence, when the new Apple intelligence comes out, that's the thing that's going to change everything. Because most people don't use ChatGPT, so they don't even know about the voice mode. They won't use it. But almost everybody I know has an iPhone. And one day they're just going to upgrade their iPhone and it's going to have this new Siri that's just so much smarter. I mean, it's not going to take long, I think, before the entire world is just influenced by this technology. And we're going to start using our devices far less because we're just going to have conversations with it. We're going to give more and more of ourselves, our memories, our photos, our contact informations, our communications. They're all on our devices. And once these phones have a voice and we can talk to them, we're just going to ask it questions and it's going to tell us things. And the influence that it's going to have over everybody is going to be so much more widespread and severe than it's even been up to this point. And I would say it's been very severe. We're already such cyborgs. We're walking off a cliff and giving away everything that makes us human. We're kind of giving to the devices, giving to this digital intelligence to where it's doing more and more and more for us. And it's just convenient. It's nice that I don't need to know how to read a map anymore. I can just put it into my phone. It's nice that I can just search for a memory of anybody in my family and it just pulls it up. It's nice that I can be entertained and get dopamine hits anytime I want. Anyways, I don't know what this means, but it doesn't seem good, does it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this.